Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Verine Franke and I am here to talk to you about consciousness. Especially a warm welcome if you are here to join me in my videos for the very first time. I hope to see you more often because consciousness and awareness manifesting is what my channel is going to be all about. So I'd like to share these things with you. And today I have this very special video for you about your body and your consciousness, how they cooperate together and what is going to happen with your body if you're not fully aware of your own consciousness or if you neglecting this. And for that, I want to share with you my own story, because my own story has got everything to do with this, and it brought me on my way to consciousness, and it brought me so much more that I want to keep evolving in this because I want to be stronger and more healthier. It all happened 10 years ago, more over 10 years ago, when I was only 19, and my world collapsed from one day to another, and I have since then been suffering from, as they call it in normal human language, chronic tiredness and chronic pains. Since then I have been dealing with a lot of things and trying to find a way how to feel better, because I didn't want to be that sick person. I had this whole life laid out for me and it was collapsing in front of my eyes, and I didn't want that. And also I knew somewhere deep inside of me that there was more than this. I wasn't supposed to feel ill all the time and lay down on the couch and feel sleep all the time. I was supposed to do more with my life. So I started this journey that has lasted up till this moment, and this journey is going to go on, and it's been an incredible journey, and I'm still learning and learning every day, because that's what's happening when you start to be more conscious and more aware of your world around you. It's a journey you start once, and you keep learning, you keep evolving each and every single day. And at the beginning, I had no people around me who were able to tell me what I was feeling and what was going on. All the doctors said, yeah, you probably just feel you have like a depression, or you've probably been too busy and this is going to go away sometime if you just wait it out. But things, guys, that doesn't work that way. And ever since then, I have learned so much about my own consciousness, and looking back to this moment, what I was feeling that was making me so tired and painful all the time was my own fear. I was so afraid of what was going on with my own body. And I think this is going on for way more people who are watching this video for now at this moment. And if you're watching this video, please post in the comments if you have some form of chronic illness, or whatever pain, or maybe something you're just suffering from, and you think this is also related to your own consciousness. Please post it underneath this video later on, because I'm really anxious to hear from you and want to know what's going on, and if my story is something that happens to way more people. But fine, I was just on my journey. I have learned so much about my own consciousness, but also a lot of my spiritual teachers that I came across, and they weren't at these high spiritual teachers, but I did some studies like osteopathy, and all of these people, they were aware that there was something going on with me, but they were not able to receive me. I was still being left alone, and while I was probably one of the most powerful healers in every group, everyone was saying that you have so much potential, and if you pursue this, you can be such a great, but how? Everything I did, every step I would take to open up my consciousness I would get a slap back in the face and start all over again, because that's what your consciousness does. As soon as you start working with it, it expands. But if you have no idea what to do with it, or if you have no idea how to control it or how to get rid of it, it just slaps right back on your body, and you just are flat out again. So throughout the years, I have started from, again, what seemed like zero to me for maybe millions of times. I have no idea. I have never started counting this, but I just didn't know what to do, and it took me several years to figure this out, and several depressions, and later, because this I was still young. I was in my 20s. I wanted to live, and I wanted to travel and see things of the world, and not be stuck all the time. Because when you maybe you guys can relate to this, when you don't feel physically well, the rest of your world is getting smaller and smaller, because if your health isn't well, you cannot function from this right point. You cannot build $1 million business if you would want to. You cannot build, you cannot go through all of these studies with effortless ways that other people seem to do these kind of things. It's just different. You cannot go out and you cannot make friends like hundreds at a time and keep all of them updated, because it takes too much of your energy. And this is my very old belief that I had in the beginning. You want to be like the other persons. You want to have a normal life. But later on, I just came across that feeling that a life like any other I see was just not my life. It was not my path. The universe didn't want me to go there. It didn't want me to go out and drink all the time. And go to all these parties and do all this kind of stuff. It gave me a pathway to a more conscious mind. So my awakening began really, really early. So about 11 years ago, and it's still opening up. Your awakening is when you feel opening up to this world of consciousness, that you are able to see more and see beyond the boundaries that this modern world has created. So that's called your awakening process. And for me, it started like 11 years ago. And I'm still sitting here and maybe stronger than ever. That doesn't mean that I'm fully healthy. And on the contrary, my body can have physical pains and tiredness still. But now I have a very good way to deal with it. And I learn from this every single day. And it's getting stronger and stronger. And this is also, I think a lot more people are dealing with this. I know from a lot of people in my surroundings, they have some kind of illness, but also things like depression, or simply said, the tiredness or the pains in whatever area you can think of. They are all signs of your body. Your body is telling you that you're not okay, and that you're neglecting some things. You're not willing to receive the things you're feeling. Well, I'm going to tell you something. As a high aware person, you are also receiving all the information around you from other people. And that comes and goes and just sits there. And when you are not trained to deal with these things, it comes into a flow and you just let it, because you are not protecting yourself, because you have no idea what's going on. It's only getting worse and worse. So the clue is to figure out how to deal with this, and how to deal with this is to open up and be aware. Be aware and exploring your own consciousness, exploring what you're feeling and realizing what is your pain and what isn't. And I'm gonna tell you right now that 89% of what you're feeling isn't even yours to begin with. So, I mean, that would be all the pains and just say bye-bye. That's not even yours. So if you would learn how to deal with this, see how amazing this can be. The step I learned, it seemed so fitting to me. And that's why it was so hard, because there was no one else around me that could help me. I wouldn't relate to what a doctor said. And energetic healers, they always had just a small part of something, but not fully. They only healed my body, but there was so much more. So there was just a shortage, and I couldn't even receive these therapies. So I wanted help, and I searched for help all these years, but I was just not able, or maybe I wasn't ready to receive this help because my path wasn't there yet. Because the universe lays out something for us, and no matter how badly we want something, when it is caused by some sort of fear that we want that to happen, the universe is not going to give it to us. No, we need to want something just from love, from the purity of our hearts. I wanted to add value, and that's why I'm also sharing my story with you, because I think my story is worth sharing with you. And being able to cooperate with your body is all about consciousness. Your body, your mind, and your soul are these three things that are working together, and you have to deal with this body whether you like it or not, so you can better be on good terms with it and just cooperate. And maybe you do a lot of stuff in your body that your body doesn't even want to do. So how would it be if you could just create some sort of a relationship with your body? You can ask it what it wants to do and what it wants to eat, what it wants to do for exercise. Because if you go from this functioning point that 89% of the thoughts aren't even yours to begin with, maybe your ways of that your mind says you want to exercise or you want to eat are not even your ideas. They are just someone else's ideas that you read somewhere, that you heard somewhere. Someone else is following a diet and you feel like you have to do the same one because that works so great for the other one. But guess what? Your body might think something completely different. And that's okay, because you are you, and that's what makes you unique. And your own journey is what makes you stronger. And as soon as you start aligning with the universe, as you start to communicate and ask it what is your path and not someone else's, things are going to get clearer for you. And yes, sometimes it can be really frustrating when some things aren't working out. But in the end, I just had to learn some more. And maybe you have to learn some more. So, for this far, I have shared with you my story about consciousness and your body. And I hope that it can mean something to you in some way. And that you can recognize yourself in this. Or maybe you don't. I would like it to hear from you underneath this video in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because there are going to be so much more videos about these subjects, but also about way more consciousness and how to deal with this kind of thing. And for now, I want to wish you love for you, for the people around you, And so with that, creating your first step into consciousness. See you soon.